and welcome to the second installment of Decision Defiance 2025. I'm your host, Matt Entrikin, and I'm joined by my esteemed Raising Anchor co-host, Jason Carey, as we will interview the other half of the candidates seeking election to the Defiance 1636 Supporters Group Board of Directors.
And alongside our campaign coverage, fellow Rhode Island FC podcast Ty Tack has already released the first half of the candidate field, so be sure to go back and listen to their episode to hear from additional candidates not here tonight.
Tonight's agreed upon format will be the following exact same questions covered in that first installment of Decision Defiance 2025. Each candidate will be asked 5 questions and have 3 minutes to answer, and the candidates do not know these questions ahead of time.
Matt or myself will give a 30-second warning to candidates at the end of their time and use our best judgment to intervene when time expires. Candidates will not be allowed additional time. Now let's welcome the candidates.
In no order other than the fact of the way they show up on the screen, we first have Colin Clarkson, followed by Sarah Pentland, Justin Fornash, and rounding out the candidates, Mike Welch. Candidates, welcome to Decision Defiance 2025. We're going to start things off with Colin and ask the first question. And that question is, who are you? What got you into RFC? And why are you running for the Defiance 1636 board?
So my name is Colin Shoot It Clarkson, as some of you, if you are in the supporter section, know me as, because I yell shoot it a lot. I live in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. I'm a 30-minute walk from the stadium. Reasons why I'm running for the board are just to help bring more eyes and ears and voices to the supporters group, as well as to help continue our work in the community. I've personally been going to 2 of the open houses before, after the team was announced, when the stadium was looking to be built, and voiced my expression as a fan of soccer and football, not only in the state, but across the country. I've attended, I was a season ticket holder last year as part of Defiance last year, as well as this year with our opening here at Centerville Bank Stadium. I'm just looking to bring another brain to this lovely group of people that have come together from our community to help push soccer and football as a whole going forward into this community and beyond, and to see where it can take us. Yeah, that's me.
Excellent. We'll go with Sarah next. Sarah, who are you and what got you into RFC, as well as why are you running for the board?
All right. So my name is Sarah Pentland. I'm from Smithfield, Rhode Island. So still in the Blackstone Valley, not too far from the stadium. Wish it was walking distance. Last year was definitely very convenient being at Bryan. I got into RFC because my lovely partner, Matt Hands, is a diehard soccer fan and dragged me to a game as a date night. And I was immediately hooked. As a not really sports fan previous to RAFC, soccer was great, super easy to follow, and the atmosphere in the supporter section really got me into it. And then I also am a mom of 2, so both of my kids are in junior Defiance, and we brought them to games and really just enjoyed the full family atmosphere that Rhode Island FC gave. It took us a little bit before we got into Defiance. Both we're not super social people, but we went to the first Hartford away game, and I brought nips because the fastest way to make friends I've found as an adult is to offer people free alcohol. So I brought nips and passed them out, met many faces, and then just kind of continued that. So a lot of people know me from the tailgates. We've switched from nips to Jello shots, and you'll find me with a cooler full of Jello shots walking around the tailgates. I want to run for Defiance because I feel like as a mom and with a family, the Defiance community is an awesome place for families. And I just want to push that and grow the next generations of Defiance and future RIFC fans to come.
Excellent. Justin, we'll go with you next.
Hello, my name's Justin. I got into RFC because I like soccer, and they found out the new professional teams coming to the city. Luckily, it's right down the street from my house, so it made it even better. I just enjoy the atmosphere it brings, the community it brings, the camaraderie between everyone. The reason I want to run for the board is kind of help them out a little more involved. Feel like they need more people because they get stretched very thin, especially on game days, but especially on non-game days, there's a lot of work still to be done. About it. I don't have a lot. People know me from the tailgate. I'm the one that does the cooking, so don't help that help persuade you, but I do feed you.
Will the cooking continue regardless of the outcome?
Oh yes, no matter what.
That's what people care about, my friend. That's what people care about. Mike, finishing things off with the introductions. Who are you? What got you into RFC, and why are you running for the Defiance 1636 board?
Sure, yeah. First, I want to thank you guys for doing this in Tide Talk. I think it's really cool that we're able to do this. So, but I'm Mike Welch. If you know Lucky Baby Wesley, I'm his uncle. So I got into RIFC before last season. Shout out to my brother Dan and sister-in-law Lori. They took me to the first game, or got me tickets to the first game, and ever since that game, I was hooked. I was previously a fan of the team up the road in Foxborough. That didn't go so well. I couldn't really get into that. So once I saw the culture behind, Defiance and RIFC as a whole, I just fell in love with it, and it's helped me through some tough times. The championship last year kind of coincided with some things, which really, cemented them as a integral part of my life. So I'm running to be a board member so I can kind of give that back. I want, to spread that sense of community, that sense of belonging to anyone I can. And I want to make it the best supporters group around. I think it's already the best in the USL by far. And I think, we already have the foundation in place to make it the best in America. I truly believe that with the World Cup year coming up, I think we have a great opportunity to really do some special things.
All right. Now we're going to start with the second question
The
here.
hard questions. We're getting into the hard stuff now, guys.
Hard-hitting questions here. We're going to start with you, Sarah, this time. What is one thing that you feel you can bring to the board that may be missing at this moment?
I have to be honest, I really don't think much is necessarily missing. I think that the one great thing with Defiance is that we all come from a different place, different walks of life, different cultures, nationalities. And I think, the board currently is doing a great job with that. I think that I can just continue to bring the same energy that they already have. The really strong sense of community, and the strong sense of belonging that no matter who you are, where you come from, what your background is, we're all here for one thing, and that's soccer and Rhode Island FC. I also think that with my background, I have worked. I currently do a lot of stuff with the Narragansett Council and Cub Scouts in Smithfield and surrounding towns with recruitment. So I have tons of those ideas and things that I've worked on with them that I can very quickly and easily move over to soccer and already have in some stances with bringing more and more people into Defiance.
All right, awesome. And then we'll move on next to you, Justin. Same question here. What's something that you think you can bring to the board that might be missing at the moment?
Just more minds, more bodies to help out. They've done a great job as it is. It gets overwhelming at some points, I can tell, just by how many people are asking questions and just trying to help out, but it seems like a lot at the moment. I'm part of management, my work, and I've taken management courses, so I have very strong background in trying to structure things, push things along as need to be done, make sure things don't get forgotten, small details. That's about it. Yeah, they don't need a lot of help. They just need people to help conversate with.
All right, next on to you, Mike. What do you think that they're missing right now that you can bring to them?
Yeah, so definitely agree with both Justin and Sarah. I think there's already a great foundation there. I just think I have a creative mindset, so I would bring, try to bring in new ideas, new traditions. Being a Liverpool fan, I don't know if that's going to hurt or help me here. I kind of would want to maybe mirror some of the things they do in terms of Jamie Webster and, singing before the game and things like that. I think we could instill some cool traditions. I also have a background in leadership and managing. Pride myself on my communication and my listening skills. So I think, just bringing the passion that I have for the club as well and for Defiance.
All right, and then to round out the second question here, Colin, what do you think that you can bring to this board that they might be missing right now?
So to reiterate, the other three candidates plus myself and probably mostly the other people from the Tide Talk RI podcast that I haven't had a chance to listen to yet. The board has done an absolute phenomenal job within the past 2 years. Even you can go back to 3 years of starting this from nothing to everything. We had a year at Bryant University to where we didn't know what was going on from a day-to-day operations, and we learned from that, to Centerville Bank Stadium this year, having our own home, and going into that. What I can bring, I guess all the candidates here today were all in management positions. As some of you know, I'm a supervisor with the United States Postal Service. So I manage stuff like that, as looks like everybody else does with managing. The board just needs more help. It's a very difficult thing to donate your time, whether you're on a board seat or secretary or even president as Irvin. We can be the buffer to a board seat member can be the buffer to president, vice president, secretary. We can get the information already to us that we don't have to go, oh, let me go ask the secretary because it's a secretary question. The vice president should know this. I mean, we're all here to support the founding members, if you want to call it a Defiance 1636. I myself have sat on a supporters group board. Mike won't like this, but I'm a Chelsea fan. I sat on the Boston Blues supporters group for a year as a board member. So I have some background in that. It's just keeping an open communication within the fans. Our everybody will have certain things to do on game day, but what we've accomplished so far in 2 years as a supporters group, I don't think you can get better. What we already have laid as the foundation. I mean, we can only just grow from here, and I can't wait to see what, if I get a vote in, or these guys get a vote in, or anybody. We're all ready to go. We're all ready to support this group.
It sounds like you said, this is in good hands. And so in that spirit, thinking not just about what's missing, but how to add. The next question for the four of you is going to be the following. What is your plan to increase Defiance 1636 membership? But more specifically, how do we increase the fans participating in the supporters section? Justin, we're going to start this round with you.
My plan to bring more people in and just talk about what we do, about the atmosphere before the game, on the way to the game, the nonstop drumming, the chanting during the game. Make sure people understand what we do and how to just have fun. I tend to I try to invite my daughter's friends. So with them coming, brings their family, their friends, their parents. It's just been easier that way because once you get the kids hooked, the parents have to go and the parents get bored. And what do the parents want to do? They want to talk and they bring friends to talk to and they have more kids come. So it just helps out that way. And then once the kids start chanting, the parents learn it just being in the car with them all the time, driving around in the back seat, chanting, at home chanting, playing drums. Just, I think it's the easiest way to bring more supporters in is go after the younger crowd.
Fantastic. We're going to next go to Mike. Mike, how would you increase Defiance membership, including and more focused on that supporter section?
Yeah, so I think I agree with what Justin said. I think talking about RIFC to anybody that coworkers, friends, family. I know I'm always it's part of my huge big part of my life, so I'm always talking about it regardless. And once you get someone to their first match, it's palpable. I know a lot of people who have come to the games and they're there. They're hooked right away. So I think that's a big thing, and definitely getting out in the community to youth soccer tournaments, going to different colleges within Rhode Island, going to their games, PC, URI, Bryant, is very important. So yeah, and as well as the youth, start them young, getting kids to the stadium, seeing what it's all about, and hope that they're in it for life after that. So yeah, I think that's what's most important.
Colin, we'll go next with you.
So to increase supporter membership, as a season ticket holder myself, as maybe most of my fellow cohorts can attest to, we have privy access through emails of what the club's doing and going forward with that. I don't have kids, but to help increase membership just to Defiance 1636 is to, you may have people that buy the 4-game packages, they may buy single tickets, and then they buy like, oh, you know what, I really like this, I like the supporter section, you guys are going crazy, flares, smokes, with the chanting and stuff. They don't need, if they buy a Defiance membership, we can get the same access to families that buy 4-packs to, like, hey, you bought the 4-pack of tickets, you can't come to every game, but if you stay connected with us at Defiance 1636, through Defiance 1636s, we have, we can get the access of like, okay, hey, there's a possible New Jersey being launched, there's an event coming up, if you're not connected with the team for whatever reason, oh, they're doing a meetup at Bryant, they're doing a training session here that's open to the public, we can provide that connection that we have as a supporters group to members who aren't season ticket holders. Money's tight for everybody these days, let alone any day, but we have the access to, hey, we have this. Not to mention, we have a Junior Defiance. I've never heard of a kid's membership. I've seen club programs like, bring your kid, get your face painted. We have an active membership for kids for a supporters group. to where, hey, even if you don't want to join Defiance, your kid can join Defiance. Your kid can hang out with other kids. They may not go to school. You'll meet kids from the other. We have a whole section of just children and kids that can find other like-minded kids to support a soccer club. And I mean, we're here to just bring the next generation up, and what's better than that?
Fantastic. And rounding out this particular question, Sarah, we're going to conclude with you here on what is your plan to increase Defiance 1636 membership and more specifically fans in the supporter section?
So I think as far as membership overall, team awareness is huge. I think like the Blackstone Valley area, like Pawtucket, Providence,
You were
Smithfield,
saying about
and
the
that kind of the area of the state kind of knows that there's a soccer team around. But I think we are kind of lacking maybe, South County and other sides of the state. I mean, Rhode Island is very small, so I'm sure that there's fans in every place that are already in Defiance. So by, going to some of those local events, soccer tournaments in South County or the Scarecrow Festival in Situate, and doing something small at those events just to bring awareness to the team and that there's a supporters group for it. And then letting people know, you don't have to be, the supporters group. These are all of the things that we do. People look at when you come into the stadium as like a brand new person, your opinion of the supporters group is, the guys that go crazy and one in behind the goal. I think that telling people like, yeah, those who they are, but they also are a nonprofit who do lots of different things like raising money for the great work that we did for the Rhode Island Food Bank, the tour drives that we've done, sending soccer equipment down to Central and South America, all of those things that we do, putting that out as well. As far as getting people into the supporter section itself during game day, I gotta agree with the other people here. You gotta get the kids. We have like personal anecdote. We have a close family friend who they are now season ticket holders, will probably be Defiance members by the time that the end of the year party happens. But they got in because their son had a flag and he loved waving that flag when we were at Bryant. And I think like having those little flags and little like instruments, I mean, we've all seen, my son Henry with his drum and how much he loves the La Banda with the drum. Um, you got to once you get the kids involved, then the parents you kind of have to follow. I think also letting people know, like, yeah, we're bigger than just that one section. You can sit on the outsides and still enjoy the fun while maybe not as super crowded.
All right. And as we move on to round 4 of questions here, the next one we have for our candidates here is, what opportunities do you see for Defiance to further its community efforts? This round will start with you, Mike.
Yeah, so like I said before, I think getting out to the youth soccer tournaments, getting out to representing at college games would be big. I think having a big presence on social media, I think that's very important. I think we could do a little more there. But yeah, I think just and also spreading it to other parts of the state. I think, like Sarah was saying, the South isn't as maybe in tune with the team. They don't even know that we have a team. So yeah, I think spreading, as far as possible within the state is important.
All right. And then next up, we have you, Colin. Same question here. What opportunities do you see for Defiance to further its community efforts?
So we've done a great job already, locally and statewide, of of reaching out to local events. We had the food drive through all of November, which we raised a little over $1,000, I think it was, plus a massive amount of food that we donated to the Rhode Island Food Bank. I think what we've been, as 2 years starting as a supporters group, we originally started, especially with sending shoes and soccer stuff to. Oh, I'm mistaken. $5,000 worth. I apologize. I'm gladly mistaken. $5,000 to the Rhode Island Food Bank. Thank you for correcting me. I think we, like everybody has said, and Sarah I think stated, is to get down south more, Newport, Middletown, down there. I think we just need more eyes on this as the game grows within the community. I live in Pawtucket, so I'm mostly focused on what I can do in Pawtucket, but I have friends down in Newport and Middletown that I can reach out to for what's going on in their community. Are there food markets? Is there is there a parade for a holiday? Is there anything we can do to jump in to help the community within the state? And we can't forget about Foster Gloucester. Up north end, and even if we have to cross the border to Massachusetts to just help people out, that's what we're here for. We're a supporters group. We're going to support our local communities. Pawtucket, we're on the border of Rhode Island. Of Massachusetts. We can cross borders, and help take care of other people who just need it. And they don't even need to be local. We don't even need to support Rhode Islanders. We can just support Connecticut if we have to. If they're asking for help, we'll have people down there. We're a friendly group of people, but at the end of the day, we only care about the 90 minutes of football on the pitch to hate the other team.
All right. Next up, Sarah here. Same question. What opportunities do you see for Defiance to further its community efforts?
Yeah, I think, definitely, like I said, spreading out, throughout the state, and, like Colin said, going into southeastern Massachusetts as well. I also like to, pull the group. We all pay a membership here. Why not pull the group? What charities, what functions hit close to home for the group? Is there, a breast cancer walk that we could participate in, or the walk for Alzheimer's? Things that we can do that may be close to Defiance members, close to their hearts and what they want to do, that we as a supporters group can come around to our fellow Defiance members and support through that.
All right. And then same question here up to you, Justin. What do you think we can do to further help community?
Just help get the word out a little better on social media. When we actually do things, make sure people know that we're doing things. Let them know, like, we're not just crazy people at the games. We're not just making noise, causing problems. We help out. I think we need to be involved with, youth soccer and soccer at all different levels, but we also need to be in just regular community events, letting them know that, hey, we're there to help. If you need anything, we're a nonprofit, so that's what we're good at. And just let people know that we do more than just soccer. We're not just that. So, we probably should get back to the 4th of July parade. That was fun. Did it for 1 year. People had no clue what we were doing, but maybe now that they saw us, they tuned in. Just getting out into community a little more as an organized group.
I don't know if my legs can handle another 12-mile walk in one day.
It was a 1 mile walk. It was after.
It was the fact that the club did not give us transportation, but decided to transport all of their employees back to the parking lot. It was the walk of shame. But yes, it was still a great time.
Hey, after a run now, I think we're ready.
I just remember Justin's daughter going the entire distance, and some of the employees could not. So, Justin, I agree. I think a 4th of July return would be an incredible opportunity for for us as well as the club.
All right. So it is time here for the final question. Why should members vote for you? We're going to start this time with you, Sarah.
You're muted, Sarah.
I was really trying to not pull that Zoom call, like, oh, muted mic thing. Whatever. So I think that, I bring a lot of sense of community. And I just want to continue that. I think Defiance brings a huge sense of community. And I just want to continue to provide that sense of community and be that extra set of hands that I can help in any way. Um, I think that um, this muting thing really just like really messed up my train of thought. Um, I think that everything that I said tonight is the reason why you should vote for me. I think I would be great.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you for that. Next up, Justin.
People should vote for me because people already know me for the most part. I've been around this club for the past 2 years. I'm very easy to work with. If you have an idea and it makes sense, I'll try and implement it. It's not trying to put up walls. It's trying to incorporate everyone, get everyone's voice heard so they feel like they're actually involved. And just help get the word out there more and help make this a better club, better supporter group.
Thank you. And next on to you, Mike. Why should supporters vote for you?
Yeah, so I'll bring consistency. The commitment. When I'm committed to something, I'm committed full. Transparency. I want every voice to be heard and for everybody to know that their voice matters, whether they were there from the very beginning or they're a brand new fan. I care deeply. I really do about this group. So I think I would give it my all because I want to see us become the mold, the cream of the crop for American supporters, American soccer supporters, especially in a World Cup year coming up. I think it's a big thing we can take advantage of.
All right. And then to round out the final question here, Colin, why should supporters vote for you?
I don't like gloating myself. I don't like it at all. The candidates here tonight have better answers, in my opinion, than I do. A vote for me. I bring another set of ears to what supporters want to hear, whether you like it or you don't like something that we're doing. We're here for community. We're here for the team. We're here for our friends we made along the way. I wanted to mention this earlier and I didn't. Justin actually sat the row in front of me. Never met Justin before in my life. Last year at Bryant, he sat in front of me. I met Justin, and here we are. We're running against each other for a board seat. To be honest, a vote for me is just a vote for another set of ears. Any of the candidates here are gladly willing to step up, as am I. And even if I don't win, I'll be another set of ears to lead into the board member seat, to lead into the board members if I don't win. I'm here to support the team, the club, and the community. That's all I got. I don't like talking about myself like that.
It's never easy to do all the talking. You guys think that people just love to get in front of microphones and cameras and pontificate, but it's always awkward, especially when you watch it on playback later. Everyone, to all of the candidates, no matter what the outcome of these elections, I want to first express my sincerest thanks and gratitude to each and every single one of you. You are all winners, and your dedication to improving Defiance 1636, regardless of the result, is not unknown to both Jason and I, as well as the rest of the Defiance community and the Rhode Island FC community at large. Each one of you brings contributions that go beyond just this board election. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts for taking the time to sit down and have this conversation with us and be able to showcase the skills, attributes, and morality that you would bring to this degenerate group of Defiance 1636 supporters culture. So we are just so excited to see what will happen with these results, and can't wait to find out who will be our new elected officials into the board. I do want to say really quickly as a housekeeping note that the elections will be taking place officially, with the final election day being on Friday, December 12th, from 7 to 9 at the German American Culture Society, Rhode Island and Pawtucket. So if you are not going to be in attendance, first off, how dare you? You should be there. It's required at this point. If you're a board member and you want to see one of these wonderful people win, you need to be there in person to support when we find out. But if life is getting in the way, there will be, as of this recording, 3 additional instances and opportunities for you to cast your vote, beginning on Saturday, December 6th from 1 to 3 p.m. At the East Providence Yacht Club in East Providence. Jason and I will be there to collect your votes and your ballots. We'll also be watching the MLS Cup final, hashtag not an MLS debate. I don't know what we call this. And if you can't make Saturday, we'll have 2 more additional opportunities for you to cast your ballots. Tuesday, December 9th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Narragansett Brewery in Providence, and then again on Wednesday, December 10th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Proclamation Brewing in Warwick. So those will be the places if you can't make it, but we hope to see all your beautiful faces at the party for Defiance 1636 on Friday, December 12th, again at 7 p.m. at the German American Culture Society of Rhode Island. This has been fantastic, Jason. I've had a blast. For the first time ever in one of our shows, we didn't have to do the majority of talking, and I think we should invite all these guests back on anytime they want. Does that sound like a good idea to you?
Yeah, they made our jobs pretty easy tonight. Not a lot of work from us here.
Well, again, I'm going to give it over to Jason, but I just appreciate all of your company, and anytime you want to come back on the show and talk, you are all invited at any given time.
Yeah, again, candidates, thank you so much for your participation tonight. Don't forget to watch part 1 of Decision Defiance 2025 with our friends over at Tide Talk. It's available on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure to check out us on Twitter, Threads, TikTok, and Blue Sky at RAFC Podcast. You could follow us on Instagram at Raising Anchor, and you can check out our website at raisinganchorpodcast.com. He's Matt Antrican. I'm Jason Carey, and Anchor's up.
Anchor's up, everyone.